Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to teach y'all how to drive a nail. And I know you're thinking, what's that got to do with farming? But if you hold on, I'll show you or explain it to you. Hit that subscribe button. It helps us get our message out on YouTube. And remember to our giveaway. Today's the last day you'll get reminded of it. So if you haven't put your name in the hat and you want to put your name in the hat, leave a comment down below and I'll put your name in the drawing. And we're going to do that Friday, first thing Friday. So, but anyway, let's talk about driving nails. And what got me thinking about this, I was watching a YouTube channel last night, and it's about these people building a house, and this carpenter was driving a nail, and I thought, oh my gosh, nobody showed him how to drive a nail. I mean, today everybody uses nail gun, including myself. But when I started out, I worked as a carpenter for a long time building houses, and the guy I worked for didn't believe in nail guns, thought they was from the devil. I think his name was Mama Boucher, but he didn't think they were any good. So when we built a house, we had to drive nail. I'm talking about the floors, the plywood, the walls, the sheathing, the roof decking, everything. We had to drive nails. So I got really good at it, and you had to. So now I use a nail gun most of the time, but there's some things you can't. And like fencing, you know, this right here is going to apply to fencing, and I've got some staples, and I'm going to show you how to do that and what hammer I use for that. But let's start out with hammers, and this right now is my favorite hammer. It's a 16-ounce S-Twing curved, and most hammers are bought by weight. So this is a 16-ounce, and this is about as light as you want to go. And you know, I use this hammer now because, you know, I've got problems with my elbows and my shoulders and my knees and everything else. And, you know, as you get older, you want lighter. And there's also, but this is called a finish hammer or a curved claw hammer. This is a framing hammer. It's a Hart, and I despise this hammer. I buy hammers kind of like some people buy shoes. You know, if I see one I think I like, or if I see somebody using one on something, you know, I go get it. And I got this up Pigeon Forge. It was on the markdown. It was like $10. Well, I wasted my $10. I mean, it drives all right, but it's got a little place on there that you catch your fingers. And I mean, I've ripped my fingernail out with it, and trying to use it, and I just don't like it, so I don't use it hardly anymore. And but this is a 21-ounce framing hammer. I think it's called a California framer, but made by Hart. Don't like it. And this is what I used to use. It's an S-Twing straight claw. This is a framing hammer, 16-inch handle. This has got a smooth face. Now I used a waffle face, and I got one, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this is a 28-ounce, and this is way too heavy for me now. I do use it for like tearing stuff out, like remodeling. I've got projects coming up, and I'll probably use this hammer a lot. I occasionally use it for fencing, but this is way too heavy for me now. But this is a 28-ounce. This is a 22-ounce with a wood handle, S-Twing, and it has the waffle face. What it is, it's got a little groove cut in there that's supposed to contact the head of the nail and not let it slide off. You get a better contact. Now this thing will tear your finger off if you miss and hit your finger, and I've done that when I first started. But this thing's got a little feature too, where you got a little magnet right here. You just put a nail there, like if you want to reach up and hit something, start your nail. And but I use this mostly for fencing. So I guess most of you probably have a hammer like this. This is a regular old finish hammer, 16-ounce, curved with a wood handle. This is a standard American hammer, and I like this hammer a lot too. So how do you drive a nail? Well, one thing I see a lot of people do that ain't right. I mean, God made this hammer this long, and I see a lot of people doing this. You can't drive a nail like this. Yeah, I see a lot of people choking up on it like this right here. You can't. You can't do that. That's why they make it this long. So you want to grip it down here at the bottom. And then, see how much easier it is? Let the hammer do the work for you. The next thing I see a lot of people doing, and I'm gonna stand sideways, is do this. And it's even hard for me to do it, it's so wrong. See this right here? They're pushing the hammer. I mean, you can drive a nail like that, and you can see I just did it, but you don't want to push your hammer. And this is what I seen the guy doing the other day. He was hammering a nail like this. One thing, you won't get a consistent strike. Another thing, you're not using the full force of this hammer. Another thing, that's going to wear your whole arm out. So this is how you're supposed to drive a nail. You drive it with your wrist. See, I've got it all the way at the bottom, and I'm driving this hammer with my wrist. See how much easier that was? Wrist. It's all in your wrist. And I guarantee you, if my kids would get on the YouTube, I could bring my wife, my 2 daughters, and my son out here, and every one of them would drive a hammer with their wrist. I cannot stand that when they're doing this. You can't push it. I mean, it's all in your wrist. And it don't matter what hammer you're using. This is my favorite hammer. And what you want to do, you take it, you want to make sure you start your nail. So that's your lightest hit. You want to move this hand out of the way, because I've seen a lot of people do this. You know what's going to happen? Boom. I've seen a lot of people do this. They hold it all the way down. Boom, hit that thing. Hit that finger. So you want to move this out of the way. And then when you hit, when you drive down, you can, when you get really good, you can explode that draw. And then you hit that nail, and it'll drive it up. And this is the framing hammer. Let's drive a 16, but I mostly use this for fencing. And this will give you the most leverage. You see how easy that was. So if you was building a house, or you was building a shed, like I built my barn with this hammer here. And I probably built a lot of this house with this hammer. I don't know if I had my nail gun at the time, but so you can see the different hammers I've got. I've got like 25 or 30 hammers. I've even got my original hammers that I started building houses with and wore out. It's an S-Wing. It looks like this one, except it's wore out. The handle wears out on them eventually, the grip. But that's what I'm gonna put in front of you, and like right here's a fence staple. Like I've got a lot of fencing to do, and I'm gonna bring y'all along when I do that. But it's the same way. You wanna start it. All in your wrist. I didn't have any problem driving that in. That's one reason I use this waffle head on those staples, because it'll grip that staple and drive it in. But you could use, I mean, you can use a regular hammer on the fence staple. You can see it took a few extra strokes with the lighter hammers. So this is what I use for fencing. It's what mostly I use around the house, finish work, stuff like that. But I hope this was something that you can learn from, and it just takes practice. You know, get this out of your mind. Get this out of your mind. That's embarrassing. And when you nail overhead, you put your elbow higher than the head of your hammer. Use your wrist. Hammer like that all day long. Elbow high, higher than the head of your hammer. I used to teach guys when I was on my crew that. And you can hammer all day long. I hope it's been a help. I know it's not exactly farming, but it does have a lot to do with farming, because I'm gonna be doing some fencing, and I'll bring y'all along. I'm gonna build a garden shed down there behind my high tunnels. Keep my tiller and my mower and my rakes and stuff, because I'm bad. Like I said the other day, I'll lay them down and run over with the tractor and the bush hog. And I'm gonna build an equipment shed, and then I got a home improvement project I got to do. So you'll get to see all this in action. But the main thing I want to say, you know, is practice all in your wrist. All in your wrist. How to drive a nail. That's the name of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe, and remember the giveaway. If you want to put your name in the hat, leave a comment down below or send me an email. I answer all the comments and all the emails. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, support your local farmer, and we'll see you down here on the farm in the next video.